Great day, everyone. Great day, great day. It is Friday the 13th of March, 2026. I am Matthew Levi, and this is the Oracle at 8, and it's going to be a phenomenal day. It's going to be a great day. Why? Because I have faith. I have faith in it. I trust in it. Why am I reaching down there when I got it right there? Why are we reaching down there? Let's see here. Thank you all for being here, and those that are going to tune in. I thank the Great Spirit of all that is. As I pray, I ask from the powers of the four winds, powers of the water, the air, the earth, the fire, and to the Great Spirit of all that is, God the Mother, God the Father, and all of their children to come to this medicine circle. Surround and bless all those that are watching with this smoke from these sacred herbs. Surround them and envelop them in your unconditional love, your grace, your light, your peace. Sever, removing in all cords of fear, doubt, insecurity, and anxiety. Place within them clarity, calm, peace. I thank you once again for this medicine circle, for this moment of creation and co-creation. I thank you for blessing me, Matthew Levi. I am the way, I am the truth, I am the light of the world. I am the Oracle. So, Freaky Friday the 13th. Freaky Friday the 13th. Who's with me? If you're with me, drop a comment. Let me know you're here. Do me a favor. Reach down in the corner there. Spank that share button. Let's get some more people in here. Velma Dew, how are you this morning, sweet girl? You going to lay down there on your little poof? Come on, turn down there and lay down. Oh, what a day it's going to be. It's going to be an amazing day. It's a beautiful day, starting out to be a beautiful day here in northeast Oklahoma. It's a little cool outside for me personally, but others may like it. It is very, very spring-like. Spring is springing around here in northeast Oklahoma, and hopefully where you are too. But it's going to be a great day. 13, day of divine balance. Day of divine balance. As we look into the numbers 1 and 3 that make that up. 1 being divine intuition, the crown chakra, divinity, forward direction. 3 is all chakras in balance for me, in harmony. So for me, it is a day of divine balance. It is also just a day. Just a day. A lot of people put a lot of stock in that number. Me personally, I do too. I have that number tattooed on me in 3 separate spaces. 2 on my wrist and 1 up here on my shoulder. But that number has always resonated with me. And, you know, maybe it resonates with some of you. It's not bad luck for me. It's not a bad omen for me. In fact, I was married on Friday the 13th. Tasha and I got married on Friday the 13th back in June of 1997. And we've had an amazing relationship. Sure, we've had our ups and downs, but that's how life is in general. You know, life is a roller coaster. As I've analogized before on many occasions, that life is a roller coaster, man. You chose to get on it. You picked it. You chose to get on this ride, so you may as well throw your hands up, surrender to the ride, and enjoy it. You know, and I know that's a challenge. I know that's a challenge for people. I know that is a challenge for people. It has been challenging for me, and it is still somewhat challenging for me at times, on occasion. You know, when I wake up in the morning from really strange dreams like I did this morning, and I'm not one that has a lot of dreams. Okay, I'm sure I do, but I rarely recall them. And over the last week, I've had two, with the last one being this morning. Was the other one yesterday? Yeah, I think the last 2 mornings I've woke up from the dream state, and it just been really strange. But this morning's was strange. But when you understand symbolism and the way spirit communication works, and that it communicates to you a lot of times through symbols, then you're able to sort of crack that code. And I cracked the code. I understand what my dream was about this morning, and a lot of it is about maybe a little bit of self-judgment, about doing this and going against the way I was raised, right? Being a nonconformist now. And I've never really felt like I've truly fit in really anywhere, and that's okay. I understand now why. Wasn't supposed to. We've talked about this before too. I've analogized the whole idea of everybody's a unique puzzle piece, and the reason that I think a lot of people suffer is because they're trying to make their puzzle piece fit in a puzzle that doesn't work anymore, a puzzle that doesn't exist anymore. They're here to create a new puzzle and create a new way. And I don't believe that. I know that. That's the difference. And that was the crux of the dream this morning that I woke up from. Was as I get a download here. Explaining to the people, the archetypes that were attacking me and casting judgments on me, which I recognize them as being the archetype of my parents. It was about gnosis, going from believing to knowing, and how most people of certain faiths are believers. And there's a difference between believing and knowing. And I've had this discussion multiple times this week about the difference between what I feel or what I see and what I know is the difference between believing and knowing. And belief is sort of like hope, where knowing is faith, right? Hope lacks the trust that faith does. And so that's the difference for me between believing and knowing, right? A lot of people that follow a certain archetype are called believers in that person, believers. And that archetype didn't practice belief. He was telling people that he knew, and that you can know too. And so I think that was a little bit about what it was, about me and my self-judgments here about doing this work, and what I know, and how I feel that some may just not get it. But that's okay. This is why I always say, for those with ears to hear, let them hear. And so today, the message is about balance, finding harmony, that middle way, so to speak, going from believing to knowing, and walking your path in that gnosis. And so we'll see if do we even need to pull a card today? Do we even need to pull a card today? Or are you just going to come straight through and talk? And we say good day to you today, this lovely day of 13 of divine balance and harmony. We appreciate each and every one of you that are joining us today in this co-creation of this reality. We appreciate your honoring yourself and your divinity and bringing balance to it. That is what this day is about, and that's what today's message is about. Finding that sense of harmony within you. It's about questioning all those things that you were taught to believe and assessing what you truly know. Again, the difference between believing and knowing. Knowing is your lived experience. It's what you actually know. That is your wisdom. Whereas your beliefs are instilled in you by other people, other institutions, peers, family, parents, co-workers. These are all belief systems that are now crumbling down because people are waking up and realizing, wait, I don't believe that because I know this to be true. I know this to be my experience. Therefore, it is my wisdom, my gnosis. And so today we're asking you all to find that center point from where everything emanates, which is in your heart space, as we've discussed in previous transmissions. But to sit in that space and find the balance, to question your beliefs. Do you truly believe that? Do you know that to be true? And if it's not what you know to be true, if you still have questions about it, then it's a belief. And it is not knowing. Knowing is where your power lies, not in belief. We look around the world today, your planet, and we see a lot of belief systems coming crumbling down. This is because of the gnosis of a few. Or really, actually, it's quite many now at this point. It's achieved the point of beyond no return now. The darkness will soon fade. As we said, today is a day of balance, a divine balance. A divine reckoning is coming, a shift in the divine principles and powers that are controlling this planet and this plane of existence. And it is with your help that this will accelerate. And how you help is you go into your heart space, into your center, and you challenge and question all those beliefs that other people told you and weigh them against what you know. We're talking about scales here and bringing balance. Think of that sign of Libra, the divine scales of balance. All right? And we also look to the archetypes because a lot of us, many of you, not us up here, but many of you fear that judgment, right? And that's what your beliefs lead to, is your judgments of right or wrong, good or bad, right? Evil, ooh, good. And when you go back and you really question and challenge those beliefs and examine where they came from and why you believe them, especially those that are centered around fear and control and limitation, and weigh them against what you actually know and what you've experienced and what you know to be true. When you set down those beliefs, especially the fear-based, those controlling and limiting beliefs, and you become knowing, and you know that you are an unlimited being, that you are a divine being of light, incarnated here on this plane at this time for this particular purpose in this moment, to help assist humanity in releasing that fear, that control, that limitation, to unlock your true wisdom, your true power, to step into your knowing. And whenever you know, you're more able to create consciously the life that you want for you and yours around your planet. So, again today, divine balance and harmony, right? Divine balance and harmony. Think about that and what that means. As you look around the world and you see what you know to be happening, is the challenging and the changing of the fear structures, the controlling institutions, those limiting ideas and beliefs that weigh you down, that limit you, that put you inside the box. Power. So when you shift and you open that box and you step out of it, you expand your consciousness, you expand your awareness, you expand your knowing, you unlock the vast potential and the unlimited potential, infinite potential, eternal potential of all the cosmos. So today we ask you to step into that center point within you once again and challenge your beliefs, especially those based around fear and control and limitation, because as we've said before, you truly are limitless beings. That's why there's such a concerted effort by the principalities and powers of the dark to keep you limited and controlled. They want to maintain that grip. But as we've said before, it's gone. There's too many of you now aware and awake. And once you become aware, you can't become unaware. Once you know, you can't unknow. So today, again, challenge your beliefs, step into your knowing. And the knowing is that you are infinite. You are unlimited. Truly unlimited. You are only limited by what you believe to be true. What you believe yourself to be. Each and every one of you are powerful, powerful creators. Again, this is why those principalities and powers of the dark want to keep you controlled and subjugated. They like maintaining control. But again, as a divine balance is happening, a divine shift, as everything is cyclical, we are you and us as well, because we are all tied to you, and what happens on your planet affects us too greatly. So we are all asking and encouraging you to step into your knowing, to reach outside of yourself, to expand your awareness, open your mind, sit in that stillness and the quietness of your heart, and listen with your heart, not your ears. Listen with your heart, not your ears. And to see with that third eye, not the two eyes. The two eyes are just projectors. They are projecting your reality onto the screen in front of you. They are projecting your reality, your consensus collective reality, which is why you have a third eye, one to actually see with, right? Two to look, one to see. You heard that before? Yeah. So today, step into your knowing. Find that balancing point within you, and you will then, in turn, project that out into the world and bring balance and harmony into your world even that much quicker. Because whenever you stop limiting yourself based on your beliefs and you step into your knowing, you open the light for others. You allow them to step into their knowing, to shed their beliefs about their limitations in themselves, the limitations about other people, other divine beings. You truly are limitless, and we want you to know that. We don't want you to believe, we want you to know. So today, on this day of 13, day of divine balance, find it within you. Challenge your beliefs, step into your knowing, step into your authenticity, as we've said before. And that's who you truly are. And when you radiate that out, you project that out in the world. Great ripples ripple through your plane of existence and ours, all through the cosmos, all the way back to source. So again, we thank you for this day and this co-creation, for you being open and aware, for listening. And we bless you. So I guess there's that. Hello, Ren. Good day, Ren. Good day, Lenny, Danny, whoever else is with me. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Billy, and to the rest of the team up there for coming through with that message. It is greatly appreciated. Yeah, so there's that. Any questions or comments? Whew. Whew. man, that can still get a little overwhelming for me at times. But it's getting a little easier and easier the more I stop limiting myself and stop judging myself for them to allow it to come through, to allow them to come through. Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Star Nations. Thank you, Great Spirit. And thank you all. Do you guys have any questions, comments about any of that, about how to achieve that? Because I didn't catch all of it. Hardly ever do. But I know it was about finding divine balance, because we had this conversation before I even got on here this morning. That was one of the first things out the gate whenever I come back in body and was trying to decipher what the hell that dream was about. And so, I know it was about bringing peace and balance into your space and into you and into your vessel and radiating that out, which is really all I'm trying to do here. And so I'll thank you, Ren. Thank you. I was glad you're here for it too, and I hope I get to see you this evening. Hopefully you're not too sore from squat night the other day. But yes, I think that was I think finding peace and harmony and balance and achieving that divine balance and seeing how that is playing out in the world is pretty powerful and important for people to, again, know. Again, it's about knowing. It's about knowing. And oftentimes, I don't, like I've said before, I don't know how I know. I just fucking know. It's what I've lived. It's my lived experience. And I can't take it back. I can't deny it. Like a lot of people do. They gaslight themselves. They gaslight themselves because of other people's beliefs. So, you're somehow not sore at all, but Tyler will be there tonight. Awesome. Awesome. Have him stretch and drink lots of water. Maybe take a little bit of salt, tablespoon of salt, and then drink some water. That'll help. Oh, so thank you for joining me. Those of you that are with me, I will go ahead and pull a couple oracle cards for you guys. For those of you that are with me, we'll start out with Ren, because I know she was the first one. So Ren, today it's about self-love. This is confirmation to continue to keep going, continue to love yourself. You realize that the love of self is necessary for you to be able to love another, and that's because you understand that you are divine and so is everybody else. So continue to love yourself and everybody else, even those that we see as our enemy. Challenge. But self-love today, Ren. Self-love. Ah, yes. Gaslighting yourself. It's your mom's voice. Yeah, see? Yeah, people gaslight themselves, and they don't trust their intuition. And that's their true self. That's their higher self. That's their soul self speaking that. Saying this. Let go of that. Let go of that. Who told you to believe that about you? So, self-love today, Ren. Lenny, Jean-Michel, as he says in the art world, we speak of 3 types of balance: symmetrical, asymmetrical, and radial. Yes. I think when achieving that balance, I think this is why a lot of the great teachers talked about walking that middle way, is because that is the balance point. That is the center point between the duality. And there's actually Trinity in everything, right? We hear about the Holy Trinity, even though it's been skewed and bastardized to be completely controlling and patriarchal. There is Trinity in everything. This is why whenever I pray to the Great Spirit, God of all that is, God the Mother, God the Father, right? That duality, and I am the third. I am the Trinity in that point, just like you are. Just like you are. So that is the middle way, is stepping into that point of the observer. Jean-Michel, you get elevation today. The elevation card, it says you're making conscious decisions to raise your vibration of love, and you are. So this is again confirmation for you, recognizing the work that you've been doing internally over the last several weeks or several months since you've been in my sphere of awareness, learning to let go of those challenging and limiting beliefs. So again, continue to elevate and raise your awareness. Continue to expand your awareness, your mental awareness, as well as your heart openness, and expand your field. So continue to elevate and raise that vibrational frequency of unconditional love, which means without condition, without judgment. Because why? Because you're just judging yourself. When you judge others, you're judging yourself. That is your self-judgment coming out, pointing the finger. Again, for everyone you point out, there's 3 pointing back. It's telling you something. It's telling you something. Who else is with me here? Who else is with me? I got 4, shows 4 up there, and I know Danny was with me, but I don't see the chat heads. Who else is with me? Who else is here? Drop a comment so I can pull you a card. Who's with me? But continue to elevate, continue to rise. I think that goes along with this divine balance point, right? That message about achieving that divine balance. You got to raise, elevate yourself out of those lower frequencies of fear, of doubt, of insecurity, right? Those self-judgments, those emotions that clog you down, right? This is getting above that emotional awareness into that clear heart space. Because it's in here, that's where you're able to access that higher stuff. So, anyway, anybody else? Anybody else with me would like a card? Brandy, I see you chat head just popped up there. So, Brandy Burke, thank you for tuning in. Just getting the balloon arch ready. All right. Well, Brandy, today for you, as you're getting your balloon arch ready, you get the priorities card today. The priorities card, you need to understand the paramount importance of manifesting love in all situations. That should be top priority for everyone. But today, Brandy, you get the priorities card, and it's about making sure that you're bringing love to every situation, and every situation you step into, you're trying to manifest the highest frequency of love in all situations. So priorities today, Brandy. Check your priorities. Go down your list of priorities, and this isn't just a to-do list of physical priorities. This is this priority of getting into that center space and making sure that's what radiates out. Priorities today, Randy. Getting a balloon arch ready. That sounds fun. Anybody else? Who else is with me? I see 4 and I pulled 3. So who else is with me? Drop a comment and let me know you're here if you'd like a card. If not, I'm going to go ahead and pull one for the collective here to see if there's anything that we, they, I, you, all of us need to know to help us move into that center point. Move into that center point, that place of divine balance. What do we need to know to help us activate the power of love within us to move into that center point, and we get just harmony. Straight harmony. You have to be able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. That's how you achieve it. You feel that loving connection to everything. It's about knowing that you are connected to everything. And when you know you are, you're able to feel, you're able to tap into it, you're able to focus your awareness on it and bring it in and understand it. Harmony today. Goes right along with what they were talking about. right along with that message. Divine balance, harmony, getting into that middle space. So you're able to feel a loving, balanced connection with everything. Shit. I don't think any more needs to be said. I mean, I don't know how much more direct you can get to that. I mean, Billy just came through and just laid it out all nice and direct. So it's about challenging everything, right? Questioning your beliefs and who taught you. Where'd you learn it? Where'd you learn it? Also, that goes along with a lot. That goes to the dream that I was having was me pointing out to the person that was judging me and chastising me in the dream that they're just completely ignorant of what the words they're saying mean. They don't know. They don't know the origin of some of those words, and they don't know what they truly mean. They don't truly know and understand the story that they're so deeply in belief about. They don't know where it came from. They don't know the origins of that story, much less that that story is a retelling of the same story from 14 other points in time and culture. You know, if that one archetype is the same archetype as a lot of others. And so, liberate yourself today. Liberate yourself today. Radiate your love, your divinity today. Allow your luminous vessel to truly shine. Right? Get your glowing, your saint halo. That's just your luminous body being in divine balance and harmony and radiating just its being. And you know, your sacred heart just on fire, alchemizing. That's what alchemy is. That's what inner alchemy is. As you take those emotional waters and all those heavy ideas and beliefs, and you raise them up into the heart, into the fire, and you alchemize it. You burn away all that stuff that limits you. You transform, change it, convert it, right? You turn the lead into gold, so to speak. All metaphor. This is why I tell people, understand metaphor, allegory, symbolism, parable. Understand the parables. Because that's where the wisdom is. That's where the wisdom is. When you challenge the paradigm, and I'm not talking about 2 10-cent pieces, and that's what's happening here in this world, is everybody's challenging the paradigm. We're having a paradigm shift. That's all it is. But again, it is all part of a divine rebalancing. It's all cyclical. All cyclical. So today, exothermic reaction. Yes, reach in there and grab some of that smoke and bless off. Go smudge yourself today, folks. Tap in to those spirits of the cedar that hold the wisdom. The spirits of the sage that will help purify you. The spirits of the sweetgrass to help bring that joy back into your life. The spirit of the tobacco, the sacred tobacco, that brings you back into harmony, balance with all things. Oh, what a great day. What a great day it's going to be. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Do you guys have any questions or comments? Need any clarification on anything? I mean, I think that was pretty direct. I think that was pretty direct. Oh, the exothermic reaction. Yeah. When your heart's on fire, you radiate that out. You become a divine light, a beacon of love, That's all I stand here and try to do, is just be that. Just be that. Just be who I am. That divine spark, that little fractal of the whole, of all that is God the Father, God the Mother, the source of all that is. And so, if I can do it, you can do it. You can do it. You just have to let go of your self-imposed limitations and what you believe is possible, because anything is possible. The challenge is maintaining your patience. The challenge is maintaining your patience and allowing it to unfold. Because again, we're here in Saturn's cube, limited by time. Outside of this plane of existence, time doesn't exist. It's all happening concurrently, consecutively, parallel, all at once, everything. That's how we're able to access potential future timelines as well as past time. It's because it's all happening at once. And I know that's kind of a big concept for people to understand. But that's okay. But that's all right. So, again, if you guys have any questions or comments, drop them. Otherwise, I'm going to go warm up my coffee and pull a bong rip, maybe do some hampe, and just sit and observe in divine balance. Any thoughts on being able to release control? Yeah, just do it. What are you trying to control? Again, this is about allowance. Allowing things to unfold as they should, right? Your human brain, your human mind, and your human belief system wants to control. That doesn't. Your higher self wants you to allow, right? This is, again, about shifting from belief to knowing, and it's what you know, right? And again, it's about looking into what it truly means, what the phrase "as above, so below, as within, so without" truly means. And it's about embodying that, right? Because you're in here, and in here saying that you have no control, but you're actually in total control. Because you are the creator of your life and of your reality. And so when you tell yourself, I don't have to have control, I don't need to have control, I know everything happens as is, the way it's supposed to be, and in fact, it's happening because I'm creating it this way. So therefore, if I change the way I see the world will change for me. If I change the way I see myself, then I show up different in the world, and the world responds differently. Again, the world out here is merely a reflection of what's going on in here. This is what "as within, so without" means. And when you understand that, then it's easier to let go of the control. But you need to examine why you feel you need to control it. What's the belief behind the control? What's the fear that's driving the need to control? And challenge that. And that may help you let go of it. Does that help? See, I don't think people truly know what those things mean, what those phrases mean. They think it's just some, fun witchy saying, but it's fucking hermetics. And if you don't know what that is, then go study. Go pick you up a copy of the Kabbalion or the Emerald Tablets, and not Billy what's his face's book on the Emerald Tablets. I've got one. I'll loan you. I've got one. I'll lend you. I've got a copy. I'll lend you. What are you doing today? You want to have lunch today, Lenny? Jean-Michel, you want to have some lunch today? Drop a comment. Let me know. If so, I'll bring that with you and we'll talk about it. Because the very first principle, very first rule is that The mind is the all, and the all is the mind. That's the very first principle. And that is the laws of the universe that are being discussed in there. So take some of that tobacco. Thank you, Great Spirit. Thank you, ancestors and ancient ones. Those that left these texts for us so we would know. That's why it's all cryptic, right? Because the control structures, if people flat out said this shit, the control structures would clamp down on them. That's why Yeshua was fucking murdered. Because he was speaking out against the control structure. He was trying to liberate people and tell them who they truly are. You're not a limited being. You are limitless. This is why I don't fear death, because I know this vessel is just fucking temporary. So, all right, Lenny, I'll give you a video call after this, and we'll set something up, and we'll go have some lunch today and talk some more. All right, Linda Bell, thank you for tuning in. If you're still with me, Linda Bell, which it looks like your chat head's still up there, let me pull a card for you real quick, Linda Bell. What does Linda Bell need to know to help achieve this divine balance, this center point? Linda Bell needs to express herself. Expression, Linda Bell. You're ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. This is, again, as within, so without. You have a lot of things you want to do and a lot of things you want to say and you want to express, but for some reason you're limiting yourself. Just fucking say it. As long as it comes from a place of love and not a place of judgment, you need to say it. Right? Because this is absolutely how you are creating your reality and how you're creating your world. Everything you think, you feel, you put out there. Right? I've been trying to tell people for years, think of your heart as a magnet. Okay? Think of your heart as a magnet that is electromagnetically charged from the energy of the earth, coming up through your root, through your sacral, through your solar plexus, into your heart, charging your heart. Now, we get the energy of the thought coming down through the crown, and it comes down into the heart, and now that's projected out. They meld in the middle, and they project out. So if you think and you believe that you're limited, right? You have this feeling that I can't do anything, and this thought that I can't do anything, that's what's being put out. I'm afraid to say, because why? Because somebody's going to judge you, but that's your own self-judgment. So express yourself today, Linda Bell. Express yourself. You are ready to manifest your thoughts and transform them into acts of love. So that's the message for you today, Linda Bell. Good day, Trina Curry. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in as I get ready to shuffle up here, and I'll pull you a card today. What does Spirit need Trina Curry to know to help her get into that center point, to bring that balance, that divine balance and harmony within herself? Friendliness, Trina Curry. You get the friendliness card today. Be able to recognize traits in common with another in order to forge love-based connections. You need to start recognizing everybody else in your awareness as you. Because they are. They're your projection. While they have their own individual soul, they show up how you think, feel, and see that they will. Which means they're you. This is why every time you judge somebody else, it is a self-judgment. So be friendly. Recognize everybody else is you. Everybody else has the same shit going on inside of them. The same conflicts. Right? It may have manifested in a different form of trauma, grief, wound, whatever, but everybody's carrying around a sack of fucking bricks that is their shit, that they don't want anybody to see, that is their sack of bricks and beliefs, that is their sack of bricks and beliefs that somebody told them that they willingly picked up and said, okay, yeah, I believe this, so I'm going to carry it. I believe I'm limited. I'm going to carry it. So, yeah, absolutely, Linda Bell. If you've been feeling negative lately, you need to change your thoughts. You need to ask and challenge why. Why? Why do I have this negative belief about me or the world? when it's all God. Every bit of it. Even the ones that are trying to control and manipulate you. They are still a form of God. Again, it is all polarity. And if you step into the middle way, you will see the Trinity. You will find the balance. Yes, very deep, Trina. So, any more questions or comments? Coffee's gotten cold. Smudge pot's getting low. Woo! What a great day. I think this has been a really good session today. And I'm super grateful and thankful for it. And for each and every one of you that have joined me here. And super grateful for Spirit for delivering these messages today through me. Again, this is all about how you see yourself and how you show up in the world and how you create. You have to bring the balance within you and in your vessel first before it shows up outside. Everybody has this idea of, I'll believe it when I see it. No, you have to know it before it happens. You have to know it in order to create it. Again, this is about shifting from belief to knowing. Make that transition. Anyway. All right, folks, I thank you all for being with me. I thank my guides. I thank Billy for coming through with that message today. I thank the ancestors and ancient ones that walked before me, the future generations that'll come after me, the star nations, the angels, archangels, God, the Father, Mother, each and every one of you, the God Self. Thank you all for being here. Do me a favor, hit the corner share button, send that out. If you guys are interested in helping support me and them and this mission that I have here of maintaining this frequency, this beacon of hope, you can donate direct by hitting the links, or you can send stars, all that stuff. Every bit of it helps. Every bit of it goes back into this. Yeah. And that's going to be it for me. Lenny, I'll give you a message here just directly. Brandy, Linda Bell, Trina, Ren, I thank you all for being here today. Until Monday morning, Monday, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, right back here for another edition of the Oracle 8. I am Matthew Levi, and I pray that Great Spirit bless each and every one of you, and that you all find that peace within that is always within, and you stay in the middle. Till Monday, have a great weekend. Be blessed. Be well.